ago here in Australia, fortified wine production was a big thing. It was quite a significant part of the industry, and my first role as cellar hand at Yalumba Winery, one of the early tasks there was actually filling barrels with old tawny. And we did this week after week. And anyhow, I guess in my earlier years, I went from winery to winery, and each of these wineries, Bazados, Grant Burge, Bailey's Winery, all had a history of fortified wine production. Thought one day if I had my own little winery, it'd be nice to have a barrel or two of tawny sitting in the cellar door and give folk a taste before they leave. Got a little bit out of control over the years, created a bad habit of making more and more of the gear. And behind me here is a good collection of some of these barrels. We have a whole shed full. One of the popular fortifieds we do, a tawny, by the name of Old Codger. When asked to do a larger volume tawny for the US market, I came up with the name Old Codger. Old Codger, I guess, referred to the fellows that were really often drinking this gear. My father was an old codger. He'd have a glass of tawny before he'd go to bed at night. It's a good way to finish the evening. I also, in my early years as a cellar hand, the guy working with me and filling barrels and building barrel stacks was an old fellow, an old codger. It's a funny old fellow, really, is I guess what it refers to. And while I worked in Spain, I ended up taking a photo of a guy walking down the street in Toledo, and I thought, that could be quite appropriate for a label. So there we have it. Old Codger's made with blending young and old tawnies together, giving an average age of, these days, about 8 years of age, and many varieties been used to make this wine. Anything that grows on a grapevine could be target to make tawny. It's quite a simple process in making. We try to pick the grapes as ripe as we can, and we add yeast, create the ferment, run the juice away from skins during fermentation at the desired sugar level, add grape spirit to the ferment, and it actually kills the yeast off and the ferment ceases. Then the wine is basically just transferred to barrel, put in a big shed like this one behind me, and there it sits for many a year until we're ready to put it to the blend. So yeah, it's the lazy winemaker's wine. But time, oxidation, heat and cold temperatures give this wine the flavour that's created. It's not concentrating on fruit flavours. So I trust you'll enjoy it. Cheers.